G'day guys, what we've got here is a really poor setup. We're going to have to do something about this. Spiders have got somewhere to live at the moment, the dust is everywhere. Not very professional at all, is it? What we'll do is make a new trolley for the welders. This setup here is far from ideal, so I've got some steel outside. We'll take a few measurements, we'll make a bit of a sketch, and we'll get into it. Well, there's all the sticks cut to length. The book says we needed 18 of those, and 18 is what we got. Might need to make some adjustments as we go because all this stuff's in my head. But anyway, what we'll do now is we'll whip them over there to the old pedestal grinder, and I'll knock all these sharp edges off, and then move on to the next bit of putting it together. Well, we might use the old motorcycle stand as a welding table today. And don't you love these old school tapes that have got metric and imperial on them? This thing here measures up 1.50 m long, and it's 44.5 inches across the diagonal both ways. So what we might do now is we might wheel over the MIG welder and set that up, and we might MIG these welds today. I need the practice, and I also might have to cut another piece of RHS and stick it in the guts here, because I'm going to be sitting wood on top of this for me MIG welder to sit on, so it probably would pay to have another support in there, so I'll do that as well. Well, I've chucked a fair bit of weld on these inside corners because I'm going to have to grind the tops and bottoms of these flat, because this bottom piece is going to have a section of wood on it, and on the underside it's going to have the caster wheels stuck on, so they've got to have flat surfaces. So it's not that I'm grinding off cocky shit or anything. Well, yes it is. And that's the bottom of the trolley done. The bloke here might not be a good welder, but he's a hell of a grinder. But no, seriously, plenty of welding here to hold it all together and in the corners. So we'll put this bit aside now, and we'll move on to the second story. Well, that's the platform there set up for the MIG welder. The MIG welder is going to sit here. Got an open place here for the top of the gas bottle to poke through, and we're going to have a piece of wood on here. So we'll, same as before, we'll just tack this up, turn it over, we'll weld her up, grind off the flats where the wood's going to sit, and then we'll move on to the next bit. Well, it's hot and thirsty work out here in the workshop, so we're just having a bit of a spell, and we're having a Bundaberg tropical mango drink. They're not sponsors of mine yet, but get on board, boys. Yeah, beautiful. And that's the TIG welder platform done. Now we're going to make another platform for the stick welder and a few other bits and pieces to sit on top of that. So we've got these pieces here, should match up this square. Yep, that's what we're looking for. And that's the three platforms done. We'll look at putting some uprights in it now. We'll probably have to put them down on the floor to do that. They're probably going to take up too much space on the motorbike table. Well, it's starting to come together. I've got this held together with magnets and a little clamp over there. I've done the diagonals across there and across there, both at 1290. So this side's square. So what I'm going to do is I'll just put a couple of little tacks here and there, and then I'll flip it over and we'll measure the other side and make sure it's square as well. Well, that should be stuck together enough for me to flip it over and measure the other side, so we'll do that now. That's 1290. And that's spot on 1290 as well. So she's all square. Well, this end here was 10mm out of square on this diagonal. So, a bit of persuasion with the knockerometer, we've got that right now. So now we'll put a few more tacks on it and it should hold together. Okay, now it's time to put the top on. That's going to go up there, like so, with a couple of uprights coming up here. So we'll lay it on its side and put this together. Well, there's not too much that can go wrong here. That's 700 to there to there. That piece is in there all squared up, so we'll just tack it together, flip it over and tack the other side as well. And there's the frame all stuck together, a few of the bad welds ground off. What we've got to do now is put some wheels underneath it. So I've got a bucket full of caster wheels here. I think I've got 4 of these little steel ones here. I need 2 of them to swivel and 2 not to swivel. So what I'll do is I will pop them in the vise, straighten them up, and I will just dob a piece of TIG, piece of MIG weld in there to keep it straight like that. And we'll mount them on the frame. Well, there's the 2 fixed casters, just clamped in place. They're at the back of the trolley, so we'll just stick these on now and then we'll move on to those front ones. Well, that's all the welding and grinding out of the way. What we'll do now is we'll flip her up the other way and we'll wheel her across outside and we'll spray a bit of paint on it before we put the shelves in. Well, that's the frame all done and in one colour. What we've got to do now is we've got to put some, we'll put some chipboard or particle board on these platforms for the welders. It's a fair size, but it needs to be because I've got a fair bit to go on it. And I've got a couple of bits of wood down there that I'll use for the top pieces and a couple of bits over there that I'll trim up and use on the bottom one for the MIG welder. Well, there's the 2 bottom pieces of wood cut and in place. As you saw, I had to trim the sides of those, or one of those. Measure twice, cut once. Yeah. That join there between 2 bits of wood is on top of the RHS that I put under there as a support. So what I'll do now is I'll just drill some holes and put some screws in there to hold them in place. Okay, the bottom floor section's in. Time to cut these 2 pieces and fit the mid-range on the top one. Well, that's got the bulk of the difficult stuff done. That's come up all right. These little holes here, I'll buy some stool chair leg stoppers and I'll pop in those to fill them up. What I've got to do now is clean up all this stuff. I've got to pull the wheels off that, off the MIG, and yeah, just dismantle it and clean the TIG up and put everything on the shelves so that I can work out where I'm going to put my hooks for all the leads and cables and stuff. Well, here's all my bits and pieces on my welding cart. Got me stick welder up there, got me little TIG welder there, and got me MIG welder down there. So they're all in the one place, and this is why I wanted a cart, because of all this shit here. So what I've got is I've been and bought a heap of these hooks. Now I'm just going to go around and work out where I want all the leads and stuff, and I'm going to rivet these hooks onto this frame here, etc. And we'll wrap up all those leads so that everything is organised and very portable. We'll be able to just wheel that round to the workshop wherever we want it. Well guys, there's a look at the finished product. That's come up quite nice. I'm quite chuffed with that. That's got plenty of hooks for all my cables and leads and things like that. Little spot to hang me hat at the back. Plenty of room there for another big gas bottle if I want to change size. And look around the other side. Don't know how the light is here, but all my leads and everything hung up there. That's going to do the trick. Well, there you go, guys. That's how I do a DIY welding cart. Hope you got something from that. And if you're looking at building a welding cart, well, you've obviously got a welder if you are. Anyone can do this sort of stuff. Good practice for welding. Anyhow, if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button, give us a big thumbs up, a like, and check out one of these videos if you're a bit bored. Anyway, thanks again, and I'll catch you next video.